pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. With that, I call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Mayor Nathan Anderson, Troy Boone,
Here.
Troy Doan,
Here.
Will Wilkie,
Here.
Art Schott,
Here.
Teresa Swager, and Mike Tiedemann.
Here. Alrighty. The agenda, anybody have any changes or additions or omissions from the current agenda? If not, I need a motion to approve the agenda. Motion to approve the agenda. Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion or changes to the agenda? All right, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, the agenda is adopted. Everybody's had a chance to look at the minutes from the last meeting. I need a motion to...
Just one quick change in there. Under visitors to be heard on the fourth line down, it just said, council requests they return for the July 18 meeting. We all missed it.
Okay.
So we did correct that.
Alrighty. Motion to approve the adopted agenda, or minutes, I mean. Alrighty. Second. Okay. Motion by Mike Tiedemann, seconded by Mr. Boone. Any further discussion on the amended minutes? Alrighty, all in favor of the motion? Aye. Aye. Opposed? Alright. Motion passes. Minutes are approved. Public hearing, nothing. Visitors to be heard, Joanne. Wilson. Carla.
Okay, thank you for letting us come and speak again. As per your request, Wednesday morning I met with Jerry and we went and looked at the fan, overhead fan at the fire station. And while we were there, we run into Ryan Tiedemann, and so we got some information from him. And also Jerry told me and gave me the telephone number of the people that they use to clean their fan with. And so we came back to the center, senior center, and Jerry looked at the fan and stuff, and then he noticed that there wasn't a filter up in there where there should be one. And so, but he, at one point we thought the motor was going on it. He turned it on and he says, that's the kind of noise it makes. So we thought, okay. And so then I called the people that he recommended, and they came down last Thursday and cleaned the hood and everything. And it got real shiny, real nice looking, and now all we gotta do is look for a filter and a shield for the fan. And that little episode, which I don't know how they treat you, Jerry, at your place, but they weren't very professional with us. They came in and had a shield or a plastic put up, but then they took the plastic down and finished cleaning up above. Well, there was a 2-inch lip all the way around, which accumulated the greasy water. They didn't have anything to suction it up with. They just took a rag and went around and swiped everything, and it all went on our floor. And so Joanne had to bring her commercial scrubber to get that grease and stuff off, because all the grease landed on in that little dip in there. But anyway, they charged us $633.68, but we're going to kind of go over them with it, because number one, They checked out at 5:30 and we looked out and they were still sitting in their pickup at 10 to 6. And so I called the lady up and told them that we weren't paying for those last 20 minutes, no matter what time they turned in. We told her what time they had quit. And that was at 5:30, so they sat in their pickup for 20 minutes. And anyway, but the overhead fan did come out good and clean, and it sounds okay. We used it Sunday, but we still have to find a place to get that fan and filter. Ryan Tiedemann, he came in and disconnected and reconnected, which was fine with Mid-American Energy, because I'd already talked to Justin Gravely, and he said that Ryan was capable and able to do that, and so that cost us $100. We called Institution Services to see what the cost of a fan and filter, fan cover and filter would be, and it's $150. So with the price of the stove, which came to $3,955.40, because we didn't add on the tax for the amount that we had previously given you, which was what,
$35.99.
Yeah, $35.99. So the total on the stove cost was $3,955.40. And the city guys came and helped us. Well, we didn't help. They did it all. Unpacked it and brought it in. We kind of mismeasured. There were a couple little things on the new stove that we didn't measure right, and so they had to take the door off to the east side of the building to get it in, but we got it in. And so with that, and those three other things I listed, the hood cleaning, and Ryan's, and the in-student services, the total bill would come to $4,839.08. And the income that we took in, we got $500 for the old stove. Our pancake fee, we netted $745. Not netted, that was a total. And $1,355 was in donations. And for expenses, we had $255.69. So that's where we're standing at with that. And so I guess I'm not sure what you guys are thinking of for, helping us out or anything. I know we got enough to cover, with the 3,000 and what we took in, but usually we do fundraising every year. And so basically that fundraising of I would probably say like $1,000 would actually be going back into our general fund. So we're kind of asking if the city would do $1,839.08 to help us with that.
Did you check if that grant that you received, if you could redirect the funds from the lights to that? Just for now?
Yeah, that's what we're looking at. Yeah, that's already.
I think he was talking about the area foundation.
Oh, the Beresford Area Foundation?
Yeah.
That's basically, we're keeping that for the lights.
Right, okay.
Yeah, at $2,500.
Did you end up getting anything from Active Generations?
Haven't heard back from him.
And we're still in contact with Mid-American Energy.
We're working on that one, but haven't heard anything directly. I said I'd rather just call them to see, because their Mid-American does mostly Iowa grants, and so I said I would just just as soon call them to see if they're willing to help out with that in South Dakota.
Elaine, do we have any money in the city council's contingency fund?
We
I
have
make a motion to just give them $2,000 out of the city council contingency.
Have a motion?
and second.
We have a motion by Boone to authorize $2,000 from the city council contingency fund, and a second. Any further discussion on that?
Are there any more expected expenses?
Nothing, extraordinary that we can't, take out of our regular budget.
Yeah.
Just fan and filters, did they give you an estimate?
Yeah, that's at 150.
Oh, okay.
That was included in those totals.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Sorry.
included, yeah.
All right, and you're still looking to get a little bit back from the bill for the cleaning? Hopefully.
Yeah, we're gonna dispute the bill
Yeah, we're
because
gonna dispute it, yeah.
I mean, she described it really nicely, but we were both sitting there and the kid, they were two young guys, about 20, and he yanked down the plastic from the hood and greasy water splattered all over the floor. And I went, what's going on here? And so I wheeled a bucket and mop out to the kitchen and he goes, oh, you want me to clean this up? And I was like, yeah. So he did a little swiping around, but it was disgusting. So I went home and I've got a professional floor cleaner and I did that floor 2 or 3 times until it wasn't sticky, because it was sticky from the grease.
Yeah.
So, but in the meantime, I did that after. We were sitting there kind of just talking about it, and I could see through the kitchen door that the van was still sitting outside. And I said, they're still here. And so then she called.
Okay.
I just felt that maybe they weren't trained properly, I don't know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
not impressed.
Sorry, Jeremy.
Yeah, with the stove when
They
they cook.
probably got about 7 different group guys that do it, so.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why
Yeah.
I'm saying, they were young.
They were
and
young.
Yeah.
I just like.
Is there any further discussion on the motion?
Yeah, on the fundraiser on Sunday, the stove and everything worked fine, right?
Oh, yeah, it was
Stove
great.
enough, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Is there any further discussion on the motion? All right, all in favor of the motion, vote aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. All right, motion passes unanimously for $2,000 towards the stove.
Thank you very much.
Very, very much. Appreciate everything you did, Jerry.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm sure Elaine will be in contact with you.
Yeah, at the next.
Alrighty, so committee or mayor reports, so department head, Lane's, finance.
So the bids for on-sale liquor license, we received none. No inquiries, nothing, nada, zilch. So it's to be held in the office until there's interest.
Yeah, or if you wanna hold it for a period of time and then redo that process, that's up to the council to do that. If you don't do something, and when someone applies, you'd have the usual
Hearing.
requirements of, appropriate person, appropriate location. And wouldn't have the ability to sift through it and say, no, we don't think that's the right
Yeah.
place. Or the right, we don't think that's an appropriate use or the best use. You'd be stuck with whatever they came up with, provided it was, yeah, be a first come, first served again. Your 2 criteria, appropriate place and appropriate applicant.
So your recommendation is to wait?
That's up to the council. I mean,
So we would
you have a little more control by waiting, but
So we would close the opportunity to purchase a license, is what you're saying, for,
first, let it be a month or 2 months, you redo the process, however you want to do it.
I think we just table it, bring it up at the next meeting again, until it's just not open, we just won't accept bids,
Okay?
correct?
Or can we just redo the due date?
Or is it on the shelf?
Or you could extend the due date if you
Yeah.
want to 1st of September or something, so you could get in.
We have a meeting on September 6th or September 19th. So we could extend the due date 2 months, 16th of September, and see if we
2
get
months.
any.
Sounds good.
So I can make a motion to extend due dates for the on-sale liquor license to September 16th at
Second.
9 p.m. Go ahead.
Second. Okay, we have a motion to extend the bid date for the on-sale liquor license to September 16th at 5 p.m.
I think 9 p.m. was the other one, right?
9 p.m.? 9 a.m.?
9 a.m. So you have a full meeting?
It says 9 p.m. on here.
On the,
Well, on this one, it was proposal till July 15th at 5 p.m. And all, that's what, on Friday. Yeah.
Today is Friday before the meeting.
no, it says bids are to be accepted until July 15th at 9 p.m.
The typo in there.
That must be a typo.
Oh, okay, so it needs to be 5 p.m.?
Oops.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to do it on the Friday before the meeting, or?
Yeah, the 16th,
Okay,
5
so
p.m.
that's 16th.
I apologize, I
All right, so
So,
we have a motion to,
I'm not sure which one, this is the one I used for the paper and it's a 5.
the one in our packet.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
This one fits back.
Yeah,
Paper was correct.
yeah.
I will
That's good.
amend my motion to be at 5 p.m.
okay, so we have a motion to extend the bid period for the on-sale liquor license to September 16th at 5 p.m.
Second.
And a second by Will.
Will was pretty set to do it at 9.
Any
I
further,
figured since it was like you could do it electronically.
any further discussion on that? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
So,
Okay,
the June financial report, everyone should have a copy at your place sitting there. It was good, very good. We didn't really have any, out of the ordinary expenses. However, we did receive a memorial gift from the, in memory of Shirley Strand, and they purchased all new flags for the golf course. They made a donation of $525.80 in her memory, which I thought was very nice. The electric department has been very busy with mutual aid. They helped the city of Tyndall back in mid-May, and their expenses between using rental of the trucks and the guys, and did you have materials in Tyndall? Just, that one was $14,908. And then they also assisted the city of Parker, and that brought in $16,566. And then city of Madison, you just assisted with materials, correct? And then that was $10,151.74. So those guys have been quite helpful with our neighboring communities. So I think we need to say thank you for the electric department for stepping up and helping our community, other communities, because we're gonna someday need it in return.
We're in Howard last week.
Which one?
Howard.
Yeah, Howard.
yeah, they had a little burst there, didn't they, that thing? I drove in about, I must have been 10 minutes after it went through there.
That was nice.
It was. I drove around debris on the highway like this, trying to get,
So I was,
trying not to run over nails from the elevator.
I'm hoping we can get the same kind of help if it ever happens here.
Right.
Cause it sure helps out.
Good job, thanks.
And subsidies that were requested in June was the Chamber of Commerce for $3,500 to be put towards the Old Fashioned Weekend. The senior citizens was gifted $3,000, and the community food covered was $2,500.
Need a motion to accept the June financials?
One comment, I guess I just wanna make, and we don't have to do it now, we don't have to do it at the next meeting, but now that the liquor store is completely done, I think our auditors have mentioned that it's up to the council now to close out those accounts, so to say. So, I mean, they've got, I know the one is negative 56,000, and then the other, the savings account, that was positive 101. So their net cash is approximately 50,000 between all their accounts. So I guess we just need to, as a council, kind of determine where, if we want that money to just go back to the general fund, if we want to do, so that we can work towards getting that whole fund closed out by year end, I think.
I think we should earmark it for something.
Right.
That benefits the community.
That's why I wanted to kind of put the bug out there for us to.
There are 2 outstanding checks on the video lottery. I was able to clear up one. The other one, we're trying to make the connection of who this person is, because they're not from here.
Okay.
So that's the only thing that's waiting to clear on the video lottery account.
So then we can go through there.
How much is that check?
$300.
So how much money are we talking about? About 50 grand. Did we ever find the money to pay for those poles for the ball field?
The electric department. That's it.
I mean, that's something we could put the money towards. And then what was the total on those?
60-ish,
60?
60 something.
So this would clear up most of that. And get it off yours.
So we could transfer the money to the park fund.
Is that where we go?
And the park would pay for it.
Okay.
And then at the end of the year, we'll still be short. We'll just have to address it at the end of the year.
You know about poles for the new fields up north?
The
No,
baseball field.
fields,
The retros over here.
yeah.
It's all done.
This came a couple weeks ago, waiting for the season to be over.
Football field's done, wasn't it? They look pretty bright.
No, I powered them yet. We bored the football field for them last week. They look pretty bright, you know, I powered
There was one on the other day, I thought maybe it was the new one.
They did have, you saw them at the right time, they did have battery.
Oh,
They
okay.
have battery backup, so if there's any juice left in the batteries, that might have been one.
Alright.
Yeah.
Do we need a motion for that, or?
I think we wait until that last check clears and then,
Yeah.
Okay.
we-
Probably need that all in writing, so we just have a,
Can you put that as an agenda item, so.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll have to,
We gotta
because I
locate
think
this.
it'll have to be a resolution too to close.
I'd say give it 2 more weeks, and if we don't locate those people, just charge it off, and then we collect it later, And then
No,
we can
it's money
close it.
we owe them.
Oh.
They haven't cashed the
They
check.
haven't cashed
They have
checks. They're
cashed the
outstanding. Mhm.
Can't you do unclaimed whatever?
Yeah,
That's all it is.
but we have a connection. We're just trying to,
I got you.
Gotcha.
But either way,
Get it out.
$300 isn't gonna break the city, if we have to cover it somewhere else. So,
we would send it to the state for collected. It's just a long process to send it to the state. It's
Yeah.
easier to do it this way.
okay.
And then I think that my final is, in your packet, you should see the letter from the Department of Legislative Audit that they accepted our 2021 audit, and it is officially posted on the city website.
Okey-dokey.
That is all I have.
Alright.
Try to get me to go back and accept the financial.
Motion to accept the June financial report.
We already do that?
Nope.
No, we had discussion before.
Oh, Boone moved to accept June.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second to approve the June financial report. Any further discussion on the motion? Alrighty. All in favor of the motion, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Unheard, motion passes. And we already got the bid on the audit report, so no old business, new business. Resolution 2022-13, contingency fund transfer.
So I can make a motion to approve resolution 2022-13 contingency fund transfer for $5,000 to the Beresford ambulance.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Resolution 2022-13, contingency fund transfer. New member for the fire department.
Riley Johnson has been added to the department at the July meeting, so we'll make note that he is now a fireman, and we'll get that off for workers' compensation coverage. So we just want to make a note in the minutes.
How do you spell Riley's name?
R-I-L-E-Y, and Johnson spelled like you.
Alrighty. More discussion items, no travel requests. Need a motion to pay the bills?
Move to pay the bills.
Second. Motion by Boone, seconded by Wolke. Any discussion on the bills? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Pay the bills. Need a motion to enter executive session for proprietary reasons.
So moved.
T-Man's motion to move into executive session, seconded by Swagan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.